Vergil knocks out Boots.
Vergil knocks him out.
I think.
How many rounds, Robert?
When he lands.
It's gonna be a great fight.
You go knockout or decision?
Knockout.
Like these guys should be talking. What's gonna happen when I touch him? Like make.
Enthusiasm about a potential Jaron Boots. The battle between Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. is getting more and more attention, and boxing insiders are already speculating about how it might go. Among those who believe Ortiz has what it takes to complete the task is Robert Garcia. According to him, the prognosis is based on a thorough knowledge of Ortiz's performance under duress rather than just striking strength.
Yeah, just like I'll tell you, I feel like Vergil knocks out Boots.
Vergil knocks him out. How many rounds, Robert?
When he lands.
It could be 1 to 12, any of those.
I think.
Why do you say that? No, I agree.
And Boots has hard, man. He's from Philadelphia. But I think that's also something that could not help him because he has hard and he'll fight. He has hard for it.
Garcia also reminds supporters that Ortiz has already triumphed over hardship in the ring. Throughout his career, he has been struck down, but has consistently demonstrated the resilience to bounce back and triumph. Every premier battle at 154 pounds, in his opinion, has significance. He wants Ortiz to be put to the test against the best because of this.
He gets hurt. I mean, like these guys just be talking, and I figured that out. Like these guys just be talking. What's gonna happen when I touch him? Like make that make sense.
Do you disagree with me when I say Fedora's great, Kelly great, these are champions, but that's the biggest fight right now at 154? Belts or no belts?
Which one? You said Vergil?
You versus Vergil, yeah.
To be honest, I think
his commitment to his warrior isn't the only source of his confidence. Garcia reiterates what Ortiz has been saying for months. Garcia thinks Ortiz will be the one to celebrate at the end of the evening if these two champions finally square off. He claims that Ortiz's extraordinary punching power is the cause. Power that can instantly end a fight rather than just win rounds.
And we were able to get those punches. I think it's over. I think Vergil is not going to hold back. Vergil has great, insane power at 154. So I think Vergil will finish him.
Yeah. Where does Ennis line up now in terms of I guess the pound for pound list and based off that performance? How good is he?
Well, look, I think I guess it depends on who you ask. Pound for pound for me is a fighter that shows great skills, obviously, against the opponents that they're beating. And
that assessment is not shared by all. Sean Porter is adamant that Ennis would beat Vergil Ortiz or Sebastian Fondora. Porter claims that his viewpoint is based on his personal experience battling against elite opponents. He contends that there is a significant distinction between observing fights on the sidelines and comprehending what superior talent truly feels like when the bell rings.
But I still think that talent is so superior. Like he said, it's a, and I know this from my own experience. It's a different speed on the outside than when you actually get in the ring and do it. I was one of those guys that everybody felt like they could game plan for me, but they didn't understand how quick I actually was. They didn't understand how explosive I actually was able to get my way with just about everybody I was in the ring with, because on the outside looking in, it's just a little bit different, so I still think he beats Fondora. I still think
Sean Zittle presents a fair analysis of the two candidates rather than taking an emotive stance. He thinks Ortiz is faster than most people think, disciplined in his defense, and unrelenting when applying pressure. However, he believes Ennis to be the more adaptable fighter, able to switch up his style of fighting rather than sticking to one.
Mean machine. So they both got good chins, but have both also shown vulnerability too. So they both hit hard as hell, and I think Ortiz's hand speed is underrated, and he really puts it together too. But Boots is more versatile and creative. Ortiz keeps his hands up on the high guard. He's explosive. He's ferocious. It's a great fight. I think I give the edge to Ennis though, just because he's a little more talented and a little bit more dynamic. But again, if you're Ortiz, you have every right to feel like you can get him because you hit harder.
Despite emphasizing Ortiz's advantages, Zittle eventually takes Boots' side. He believes Ennis' versatility will eventually create openings that Ortiz won't be able to recover from. Hence, he believes the fight will end inside the distance. He believes that the decisive element is Brute's capacity to adapt during the action. You also gain a tiny bit more speed than Zama's. It will therefore be a fantastic battle. It's either a knockout or a decision. Timothy Bradley also addresses rumors that the combat is being avoided by either side. He completely rejects those assertions, claiming that any delay is a result of business choices rather than fear. Bradley thinks Ortiz is just as keen as Andis to prove himself against the best. Furthermore, patience is not the same as reluctance. It's
got a little bit more speed than Xander Zayas too, so it's gonna be a great fight.
You go knockout or decision?
Bradley stands out from many other analysts with his unshakable confidence. Bradley doesn't think the battle is all that close, while others are still discussing power versus talent or experience versus promise. Before the opening bell even rings, Andis has a clear advantage going into the battle.
Money. That's all it is. It was just money. He wanted more money. His manager wanted more money for him because he knows. His manager knows what's going to happen to him. That's why he's trying to fill his pockets up. If he gonna get rid of that he's trying to fill his pockets up. That's what it was. Okay, it wasn't ducking. No, I think Vergil just as cray-cray as Boots. He want to fight.
Is going to defeat Ortiz, and Ortiz will defeat him. It will not be good. I'm only informing you. Some of us have seen that triumph he achieved. And Ortiz looked amazing, and he did it against a really good opponent. But Boots is a different kind of animal. This guy has the ability to be both on his front and back foot. This man had a lot of technique, counterpunching ability, punching force, and hand quickness. Boots has all the tools. After all,
is going to beat Ortiz, and he's going to beat him. It's going to be bad. I'm just letting y'all know. Some of y'all see that victory he put on, and Ortiz, and he looked spectacular, and he did it against a quality opponent. However, Boots is a different type of animal, man. This guy can be on his front foot, he can be on his back foot. This guy got punching power, hand speed. He got a ton of skill, counter punching ability. I mean, Boots has all the.
Bradley also emphasizes his physical tools, which he believes are an underappreciated advantage. He thinks Boots can manage distance whenever he wants because of his reach, athleticism, and adaptability. Bradley believes Andis can win in multiple ways, making him the clear favorite, while Ortiz fights with a single, consistent identity.
Hard as a primary defense. Boots punches through that, punches around that, set lateral traps up on him. Vergil's one-dimensional. Yes, one-dimensional, dog, for real. One dimension is not gonna beat a whirlwind of dimensions. It's not. Now, he might get lucky and land a hard shot and hurt him. And then maybe finish him, but we can sit here and we say, but what if?
Chris Manx refuses to make a definitive forecast. He believed that the matchup is as close to equal as it gets. Given his versatility and athletic capabilities, he would marginally favor Ennis if forced to respond. However, he cautions that Ortiz presents a challenge Boots has not yet encountered since he mixes legitimate strength with sophisticated skills.
Coin flip right off the bat. If I had to pick one right now, I'd probably make Boots a slight favorite just because he seems to do really well with the style of Vergil Ortiz. But he's never fought anybody with the skill level, the power, all the things that Vergil Ortiz brings to the table. I know what you're saying, that Vergil is more accomplished at 154. At the same time, Boots is far more accomplished at 147. Only one of those two fighters.
But you're not fighting at 47, Alex.
Okay.
You're not fighting at 47.
Does it really matter, though? Only
Beyond their respective forecasts, Chris Manx and Sergio Mora have one thing in common. They think that the biggest fight that American boxing can currently produce is Andis versus Ortiz. Both teams are aware of the stakes, and few domestic games are as exciting.
Face would be significant. The backlash that Boots Ennis would face would be significant. People do not want to see these two guys in with other fighters. They don't want to. Who cares about the fact there's no belt on the line? These are the two best junior middleweights of the world. These are the two biggest stars in the junior middleweight division. This is the best fight that U.S. boxing can possibly make right now. There is no excuse whatsoever. Percentage points, split, ticket revenue, sponsorship. There is no excuse not to make this.
Sean Jones is certain of his position. He anticipates that throughout the bout, Boots would seize the initiative and distance himself from Ortiz. According to Jones, Ennis is more than just another champion. He is a unique talent who has the ability to define an entire period and produce the ultimate match that fans have been anticipating.
It's Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis. Whoa. Vergil Ortiz right up. I promise you, and I'll bet anybody that thinks different. Vergil Ortiz is a great fighter, but Boots is a generational fighter. And there's a big difference between a world-class fighter and an elite fighter. And that's what Boots is.
Just lastly, do you think Ortiz wants to fight with Boots?
Yeah, I think he does, but I think the people around him don't want the fight, in my opinion. But listen, for the good of boxing, for the good of American boxing, that fight must happen. It must happen in Vegas, but that's...
A victory over Vergil Ortiz would greatly improve Andis's reputation in the sport, according to a number of pundits. A close win would solidify his status as one of the best in boxing. However, a convincing victory over Ortiz would bolster claims and put Boots on par with the world's top fighters in terms of pound for pound. Even still, Ortiz's track record against top opponents cannot be disregarded.
Taller, longer fighter with the better defense should be favored, and that's Boots, right? Because generally, that guy wins those fights. But it's a different thing than actually going out and beating Vergil Ortiz and doing it in style. If he
Especially
fights,
in that type of manner.
Who should be the favorite in that fight, Shady?
I'm going with Boots.
Favorite.
Yeah.
He should be the betting favorite.
Yes.
I think he will be.
I think he's more talented. He's better. Looks better. Yeah.
I think this is a genuine coin flip fight. I really do. And I think we have to remember that Vergil Ortiz has fought the...
This fight, in Kellerman's opinion, is the ideal yardstick for Andis. Although everyone is aware of Boots' immense strength and innate talent, Kellerman is curious to see how he reacts in a demanding match against elite opponents. Ortiz is the perfect opponent to gauge Ennis's actual potential because he has already faced challenging situations.
What we think he is, right? What we thought he was. But if Boots can show real separation between himself and a dude like Vergil Ortiz, then he's a rock.
But see, that's the real question. The question is, because Boots looks better, like he's slicker, he's more athletic, more talented. You talk about the comparison with the Crawford. The only thing is Vergil, he's fought better competition, right? And one thing about all sports, you gotta go out there and play the game. You gotta go out there and fight the fight. So we all love Boots because he looks like, but that's the Vergil part, is like Vergil actually.
Bradley analyzes the styles and wonders if Ortiz's signature pressure would be sufficient to defeat Andis. He cites past opponents who tried the same tactic, but were defeated by Boots' deft counterpunching. Bradley thinks Andis is quite dangerous during exchanges because he is very good at firing back while staying within range.
Size, length, speed, technique,
and poisonous,
technique,
high IQ,
all of that stuff, and punching power.
Yes, he does.
Both hands. We know he has all that. Now the question is, how does he respond to adversity? Yes. How does he respond to a tough fight? Does the gap between him and his opponent remain that wide as he fights top fighters?
Right.
That we need to know.
We have seen Vergil Ortiz face adversity. He got dropped against Sergey Boachuk, came back, and it was a close fight. You could argue that Boachuk would not fight. So I think Boots Ennis is more talented than Vergil.
Teddy Atlas has a more comprehensive view on the matchup. He characterizes both boxers as fearless rivals with immense strength and unwavering self-confidence, setting the stage for an intense clash. Ortiz has become a real threat to anyone in the division, according to Atlas, particularly because his recent performances have solidified his reputation as a deadly finisher.
You can go watch Stanionis and the way he fights and how he comes forward and be aggressive. And you can watch Vergil, how he come forward and he be aggressive. Vergil's a little bit more techie. However, it's still the same thing coming off the jab. You know the jab is coming first. Boots one of the best counterpunchers in the game. That's why Boots is so damn dangerous. Because he get hit and then he's still landing at the same damn time. He punching in between punches. He slipping.
Ortiz, according to trainer Breadman, offers Boots the most challenging stylistic challenge. Although he recognizes Ennis's exceptional speed and innate athleticism, he thinks some of his defensive tendencies are still problematic. Bremen feels that tendencies like loading up on power shots, let his hands drift low, and leaning backward rather than remaining fundamentally solid could prove costly.
Two confident guys, you know, two guys with great heart. I mean, look, I say this, Vergil showed me a few fights ago that he had a dimension I didn't know he had. When he was just, you know, going through guys, knocking them out with body shots, sinking and destroying. I don't think I knew or anyone knew that he had the ability to use his legs and box.
Ortiz is more at ease planting his feet and throwing compact combinations than Redmond, who frequently wants to create space and work behind movement, actions at a close distance. Because Ortiz delights on taking advantage of those situations. He feels that this discrepancy puts Boots in risk if he lingers too long inside exchanges or loses balance.
Boots is Vergil Ortiz. That's my honest opinion. Vergil Ortiz, Boots got them long, kind of like gangly arms, right? And sometimes he load up a little bit, and Vergil Ortiz punch short and compact, right in the mid-range on the inside, right where Boots like it. And in exchanges, Vergil Ortiz, I don't think he's as fast as Boots for like combinations.
Gary Russell also offers his opinion, praising Ortiz for his strength and growth throughout the course of his career. Russell doesn't think the matchup is evenly balanced. Despite that respect, he keeps going back to what he perceives to be Ennis's larger arsenal of weaponry.
On single shots, that Vergil's short, compact punches can get there. Because one thing Vergil don't play like Boots play. Boots sometimes put his hands down, he leans back, he do all kinds of stuff. Vergil, yeah, Boots does a lot of stuff where Vergil kind of just stays in one place and just fires right from where he's at. So in my opinion, I still think Boots can beat Vergil, but I do look at that fight and say Boots got to really be on his A game. He cannot be doing all of that kind of stuff where that boy is just firing right from the point of attack.
Russell feels that defensive improvement is still necessary and remembers Andis getting caught by a hook in his prior bout while going over the technical details in more depth. Nevertheless, he doesn't think Ortiz could seize power on the basis of weakness alone. According to Russell, Ortiz employs a methodical and systematic approach that might not take advantage of those opportunities frequently enough to alter the result.
He'd knock Boots out. One thing about Boots is that he's versatile. He is very versatile. Now, yeah, you probably have kinks in his armor still, because before the fight even happened, I posted a video. I said, man, look, I'm going with Boots. Xander, he's a tough contender. He's strong. He's eager. He's not going to deviate from the game plan. But Boots, he just freakishly good when it comes to his God-given talent, athleticism, and stuff like that.
If you like this breakdown, be sure to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you can always stay up to date on boxing news, bout analysis, and other updates. We appreciate your viewing and hope to see you in the future.